All right, yo. Test, test, test. We should sound good. I think we're good here. Let me double check though. How we doing? This is fun. I'm excited for this one. I just found out this was a thing. I guess I missed this. I didn't know this was a thing. I mean, I've seen this before. I didn't know it already happened though. So it's time we dive into it. Make sure that, man, the audio sound good? I might have to switch my connection here. Okay, it's solid. No, we sound okay. We sound okay. All right. Y'all see the title. If you haven't seen, I think this is his name's Adam Rank. Adam, that's actually the perfect name for this. So shout out to Adam Rank. Okay, he actually did. I don't know if that's the real name. Maybe that's a made up name. That's his name, I think, though. He ranks every team game by game, and that's his season prediction. And today we're gonna react to it. I don't know what he has for the Lions. I just saw that this is like an hour-long video, so I'm pumped up. This might be my first time watching it. I thought about watching it first, then talking about it, but nah, let's just watch it live. Let's just see what it is. But what I wanted to start with before we get into that and see what craziness gets said, I wanted to see what he predicted for last year. I just want to see like where we were, like what kind of page he was on last season. So I want to see if I can pull that up. Because maybe last year, he was accurate. Maybe he was way off. Maybe they could add some context to this. I feel like that's the one thing I don't know is like, well, did he like us last year? I mean, we did pretty good last year. So I want to see what he said last year. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Because I would assume he's done one of these every year. Predicting every team's 2025. No, that's this year. Okay. All right. Actually, let me pull it up on their YouTube channel. Hopefully, they use the same title, just change the year. Oh, okay. Predicting every team's win total, record predictions for every team. Okay, yeah. So they did do it last year. So here we go. Okay, I want to watch last year's first, and then we'll do this thing. I just want to see like what. like what we're talking about here, because maybe I should believe it. Maybe he was money last year, and he said 15-2. He said they're gonna lose their first playoff game. Maybe he was money. I want to find out. Okay, let's skip to it. This was last year's. We don't need sound for this one. Let's just show it on the screen. There's an ad playing. All right, we're gonna get to it. Also check your Discord. Okay, so I saw the two messages he sent, but if you send another one, I will check it out. Okay, here we go. So this is last year. Hopefully this isn't copyright too. They're not like blasting music, right? Like they're not doing that. They shouldn't be doing that. Let me see if I can.
For them, give me the Arizona Cardinals.
They are playing some music. All right, I'm just gonna use this one on silent real quick. Okay, so he's actually 3-1 though. We did go 3-1. We just this is a little bit off on the games here. Beat Dallas, had us losing to Minnesota. That's crazy work. Hey, we handled Minnesota. Losing to Green Bay, stop playing. He was almost right on Houston. 5-4. Hold up. All right, you got to give us these two. Chicago. This is where we're about to find out, because I'm assuming he was high on Chicago like everybody else. We're about to. Okay, yeah. Now, okay, so he has a split with Green Bay, probably splitting with Chicago. They had us beating Buffalo though. Hey, okay. They had us get swept by Chicago. See, that's crazy. I thought Chicago would be good too. I didn't think they'd sweep us, but okay. This sounds about. They had us at 10-7. So the year before we were 9-8. He gave us one more win.
Into the playoffs with a decisive victory over the Minnesota Vikings. 10 wins for the Lions and a return to the playoffs.
Okay, but this doesn't feel like a division win here. This feels like we're losing the North and we're just making a wild card. At least he's saying we were in the playoffs. So he had us 10-7 last year. To add context, the division stuff's crazy, but I don't think it was that far off. Like for him to put losses to division teams makes sense. That actually does make sense because the division was good. Houston one was understandable. San Fran's a little messed up, but they were just disappointing last year. Okay. All right. I just want to get some context. Now we can really dive into this. Shout out to Eric with the new member. I see you, Eric. Appreciate you, man. All right, let's get into this. And also, as you know, a update. We're getting very close to our first draft video. Very close. I want to start with a mock, so I got to have like a really good, well-roundedness to put it out. I do believe this guy had the Bears going 12-5 last year. Okay, so that makes sense then. He loved the Bears. Wonder if he loves them this year, though. I don't want to see that one first, though, because that'll spoil the Lions stuff. All right, let's go to Lions. I do like this because it does seem like they all connect. I think they do all connect. Like, if he picks a win for one team, it has to be the loss for the other. I respect that. All right, here we go. Let me see if I can share this thing. We're probably not gonna be able to share the whole thing. He is a Bears fan. Oh, okay. Okay, see, now that makes sense. Okay, I'll play segments of the beat. He's got us 2-0. I didn't expect this, straight up. I thought we'd definitely have us with a loss here. And he's got us beating the Bears, so he's changed his tune a lot. He's got us beating the Bears. I thought they'd have us losing to the Packers. At Green Bay, everybody seems to love Green Bay. I thought they'd have us losing there, so I'm pretty surprised we're starting 2-0 here.
Against the Chicago Bears, feeling pretty good about them.
Okay, feeling pretty good. This is definitely going to be a loss. He's definitely giving us a loss to Baltimore, which, again, mathematically, I actually don't hate games. They're all AFC teams. Yo, I just noticed that. We got a 4-game stretch against AFC teams. Is that like the toughest stretch of the schedule? This first, are we going to say the first 6 or first 7? I guess first 9 or 8. Sorry, first 8 games. But really before the bye, like this could be the toughest stretch of the schedule. It's kind of nice that all the AFC games are like in order though, because it's like, all right, you lose to Baltimore if you did start 2-0, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you got your division wins, you lost to an AFC team. Like if you stumbled in here a couple times, that's not that bad. That's not the worst thing. It's going to be the Tampa Bay one that's important coming out of Kansas City, but then having a bye before a divisional game like this, the setup actually isn't terrible there. I'm not mad at this. This first 2 games are what would be very important though.
Tough, but listen, a win against
and beating Tampa Bay. I don't like how quick he did that though. Like Tampa Bay's earned respect to me.
Buccaneers right there, 4-3.
Like I got to take a second with Tampa Bay. I honestly feel like, yo, we're gonna handle Kansas City. I ain't worried about no Kansas City, but Tampa Bay's tough. I guess because it's at home, even though that didn't matter at all last year. I think PFF dropped something on that. I haven't read it yet, but we won every game on the road. So do we? What, 2, 3, 4? We're 4-3 at the bye. Worst case scenario heading into the bye. I would say, honestly, with how tough this is, probably like 3 wins. Like, worst case would be obviously dropping both divisional games. But, like, maybe you split it, your divisional games, lose to Baltimore, lose to Kansas City, and then probably Tampa. Like, that'd probably be the worst case, hopefully, out of the bye. Which is, you know, like I say, you come out the bye, he's got us with the dub here. This is how you get back on track, though. It's a great time for a bye week. But my good. So your first 2 and then the 2 out of the bye are like massive. This all is kind of fluff in between. Like they're wins and losses, but it's not the same. These mean everything right here. See, and then you see how he touched the screen? What do you say?
Right there to level up at 5-5.
See, I don't like how he did that. He touched the screen so seamlessly. Like we lose back-to-back games. We've done that twice now in this thing. He's got to lose them back-to-back twice. Come on, Adam. That doesn't happen. All right. He's got us winning this one for sure.
You beat the New York.
Of course. He had us beating the Packers. But now we're at home. So I'm getting a bad vibe about Adam here, bro. He's going to. Adam, you need to stop. You got us at 7-7. Dog, he had us 10-7 last year. He's going to have us worse than last year. That's crazy. Okay, now this is where. Okay, no, this is really where it gets real, though. This is where it gets real. This is it. Like, this is where it gets real, though, Adam. Like, right here. This is how you make it up. You give us the 3 wins. We're in the playoffs, like you said last year. And we're good. You got us beating our division teams. Pittsburgh's not on our level. You know what I'm saying? And it's at home. Like, come on, bro. We're going to boat race Pittsburgh. That's 2 touchdown win. Second, right? We need to talk about this for a second. And by the way, let me know if y'all could hear that when I was trying to play like segments of that. But here's the thing, okay? I do think the Bears are going to be good this year. I do, right? I think Ben's going to be good. I think they did good things. But we got to pause for a second because I'm seeing this everywhere, right? So Ryan Poles got extended, which is, I saw the news and it's like, all right, whatever. But it's like everybody's making strong arguments for Ryan Poles. Like, hey, that's a good move. Like, I'm hearing it everywhere. Like, there's not even like a battle of like, well, actually, I don't think it's a good move. Everybody's like, yeah, it's a good move. It's like because Ben's there, it's automatically a good move. But when I'm looking at the Bears, like as much hype as they have, we gotta look at this though. The way that team is built, there's reasons to not believe that this is going to work as well they think it will. I think they're going to be good this season. I think they'll be better than they were last year for sure. But like I'm looking through this team, they have some horrible decisions that team has made. Like I don't want to just put it all on coaching as to like that's the reason why it hasn't connected. I'm looking at this today. First off, the only position they seem to be able to consistently draft is offensive linemen. And they go on free agency, and the way they address offensive line is through free agency or through trades. Jonah, Tooney. And I'll give it, okay, those do make sense. They're older players, specifically Tooney. Drew Dahlman, we'll see. Can they pass protect on the interior? We'll find out. That could be their shaky element. But, that's what they draft well. I mean, Braxton Jones was in the 5th round. Darnell Wright was a first-round pick. They drafted Borum at one point. Amagaji, I guess we don't know yet. But they've drafted offensive line, I would say, pretty well. Outside of that, though, there's a lot of, I don't know what we're doing here. There's a lot, and they got some terrible contracts, too. This team has some really bad contracts. I feel like I'm not seeing the big picture here. This feels like this was definitely felt like an over-aggressive offseason for Chicago. And, again, I think they're going to be good, so I don't want to just come off as a hater. But, they were very aggressive at signing to multi-year deals some okay plus players, C plus, B minus. That's what they did. Grady Jarrett is an old player. They went out and added Grady Jarrett coming off one of his worst years. Deo's okay. He's a fine player. Gave him a 3-year deal. They have Tremaine Edmonds, who has been meh for a few years now, and they gave him a 4-year, $70 million contract. That doesn't look right at all. Cole Kmet's a top 10 paid tight end right now. This dude, they just drafted his replacement. Yo, when I'm looking at it, there is I think they have a good roster, but I feel like there's so much belief in the long term and oh, this GM's he's actually cooking and stuff. Bro, how is he cooking? What tells us this dude has cooked? I mean, honestly, where has he cooked? He had a ton of draft picks a couple years ago. If you go through recent drafts, they've had some hits. Like I said, Darnell Wright was a hit, 10th pick in the draft. Okay, good tackle class. Javon Dexter, maybe. He took a step this year. And then he took Stevenson, which I don't think was a hit, but maybe they like him. I don't know. He gave up a Hail Mary or whatever. Pickens. I like Pickens, by the way. Tyler Scott. They Noah Sewell that year. Kyler Gordon was a hit, their first pick. Then Brisker, unfortunately, he's been banged up. Bayless Jones was a miss. Their backup running back's a miss. They're talking about having to add another running back. I don't know, where they're cooking necessarily. They've had a few hits in there. But, there's not a lot of consistency. And I think the fact that a team that seemingly drafts pretty well in the offensive line was so aggressive to address offensive line. One, yeah, you had that flexibility because you haven't paid your quarterback yet. I understand going for it. I get it. I definitely get it, and it's going to make them better. They're not a bad roster at all. They're a good roster right now. But it's also it shows me there's some chinks in the armor, bro. There really is, man, because it's yo, you had to go that aggressive, and that's the position you actually draft well. It feels like they try to plug a lot of things because they're not getting what they thought they would out of what they've addressed for years. And then some of the big deals they've given out are not making sense. They just paid Jalen Johnson. We'll see if that's it. I'm not as high on Jalen, but I get that one. Pay Kyler Gordon, that one's a good one. We'll see. But bro, they got a lot of bad contracts just sitting in there. I don't know, man. I think they're gonna be good, but the love for Chicago after re-signing or extending Ryan Poles to me was kind of wild. Because usually you at least have some. I didn't see much disagreement outside of just division opponents. Where it was okay, Lions fans, he has a trash record, that kind of thing. All right. But, bro, I don't know, man. There's not much here. My concern for them would be if this interior line protection is not where they want it to be, that's a big problem. That's a big problem because Dahlman and Jonah can be super shaky there. Plus, being on the field is an issue. Dahlman missed half the year last year. Jonah played 260 snaps this past season. Tooney's going to be good. He's just getting on the older side. That would be the fear if this doesn't connect. And, again, they drafted Trapillo, so maybe he'll be pretty good there. But they've did a lot of questionable things, man. I feel like right now they just have flexibility, and there's a lot of hype because Ben Johnson's at the hip. And it's we got Ben, we got Caleb, so we're good. We could do all these aggressive things. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to start throwing some picks around. It's but, bro, that's probably because you haven't drafted that well. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I just think it's crazy. I just think some of the love is over the top. And I didn't think I'd be saying this because I think the Bears are going to be good. But like this is feel like it's gone too far because now we swung the pendulum way too far. You got one side where it's like everybody's like, oh man, they're doing a great job. Look at the team building over here, and it seems like it's because they have Ben Johnson. But you flip it to the Lions, and it's like, oh, they might be in trouble. They lost Ben Johnson. It's like, yo, but wait a minute, we built a good team. Like, and the thing that I do like about the Lions though is there is consistency. Like the way that they build it, it's been kind of the same every offseason. There really hasn't been much that's changed. Like the outline for how they do things in the offseason always feels the same. It's when you get like super aggressive randomly because you have some money. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if you really believe in who you've drafted. I don't know if you believe in it. I feel like there's a little desperation in here. What a new excuse for the Lions. It's crazy, man. Like, I don't know. It's wild. Because I get the love for Ben, but it does feel like it's swung like way too far. And it's like, yo, but if that's your only reasoning is because you lost your offensive coordinator, bro, like we're not taking it. Because every time I hear the Bears love, it's about their roster. Well, when I hear the Lions, it's just about losing Ben. It's not about the team that they still have or that they continue to put forward and like the belief in the fact that, yeah, this team drafts pretty well. Like I would believe in that. I believe in like, oh, they're going to continue to build this thing out correctly. I think that's proven. Crazy to me. It's crazy. I just don't think those two should be on the same. Like, let Chicago do something first, and then we'll get there. I don't know. I don't even want to be a Chicago hater because I'm not a Chicago hater. Like, I'm just a hater of, like, this whole idea. Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. Changing up everything, man, to try to, like, bro, come on now. I don't know, bro. Anyway, they got us at, what do they got us at? They have us at 8-9, which is crazy work, but they got us at 8-9. I think the floor is maybe there, 8-9, 9-8. I think that's like the floor. Because it is a tough schedule, but everybody kind of plays a similar schedule in our division. We just have the number one teams thrown in there. But I'm not. Like, I get it's a tougher schedule. I want to see what he has for the other teams, too, because I want to see if he's, like, sleeping on these dudes. Because we know he's got to be the same. And he had us. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, man. Like, would I take Green Bay to lose to Denver? I don't think so. I think I'd take Denver. I think I'd take Green Bay over Denver. This is crazy. Okay, wait. Who have we not done? Minnesota. Minnesota might be trash compared to, according to Adam here. Wait, where are the Vikings at? Oh. I thought this is alphabetical. Oh, my goodness. Hold up. We're just getting smacked by ads. Baltimore, Philly, Chicago. I'm the one thing. Here's the big disagreement that I would have. The division is too good to have 8-9, 8-9, 9-8, and one team that wins 11. Like, I understand not having a bad team in there. I think that's fair. I just think you're going to get, like, you got 3 teams that aren't winning 10 games in the North. That's crazy. That's crazy. This is truly the idea of, I guess, them beating up on each other. But he's got the Vikings 0-1, 0-2, 1-2, 1-3, 2-3, 2-4. He's got the Vikings 2-4 in the division. But he's got us cooking the division, if I remember right. He's got them 2-4 in the division. We are 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 3-1. 1. Yeah, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 3-1. Oh no, he's got us 3-3 in the division. So they're 3-3 in the division. Vikings are 2-4 in the division. What are the Bears in the division? He's got the Bears 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 2-2. 3-2, 4-2. He got the Bears 4-2 in the division. So the Bears had the best record in the division. That's what he's got. He's got basically everybody just splitting with each other in the division. Like no one's cooking. All right, I guess I get that. I can see why your head would go there. Let me see what oh wait, no. Packers. What does he have the Packers in the division? want to see that real quick. Let me see what he's talking about there. Because the Packers are 0-1, 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 3-2. Wait a minute. 0-1. I feel like they're missing a game here. 0-1, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, 3-3. Yeah, everybody's like 500 in the division. That's what this is. That's why it ended up like this. He's got everybody 500 in the division basically, except for Chicago, who's 4-2. He just got everybody splitting. Do we think the division is that tight? I mean, I get the idea that there's not a bad team, so I can understand why you think it's tight because of that. But like everybody going 500? Yeah, he gave us 8-9. We're 8-9. Like I said, there wasn't really an explanation to the Lions one though. Like it was just kind of the game by game stuff. Let me pull up the Lions one more time so we can look through it. The Bears one, that one's just whack. I don't like the Bears one. I don't understand that. How do you got the Bears? How you got the Bears with the best divisional record? How have they earned that? Like that's crazy. The Bears the best divisional record. I'd have been cool if he gave it to Minnesota. I don't want Green Bay with it, but like, I don't know, man. That seems kind of wild. Let me go back to the Lions one more time. So here, they shot the sheets. Shot the sheets, man. Oh my. Chi-Town deep dish for best pizza. I love the deep dish pizza. That is the best to me too as well. I agree. I love deep dish pizza, man. Okay, so losing to Baltimore's fine. Cincinnati, I guess I get that. Chiefs. So we're like losing to all the good teams essentially. Essentially, he looked at it and he said, "Man, if that's a good team, they're losing." Like what good team are we beating on this that's not in our division? He's got us losing to every good team. Every good team is a loss. I mean, that's not in our division because Baltimore, Cincy, you'd say Kansas City. Oh, he's got us beating Tampa. I wonder where he has Tampa. I'm going to have to check on that. Washington, Philly. Who's at 13 here? Oh, the only teams he got us beating that are like you would consider good outside of our division are Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay. I don't think Pittsburgh's good. But the Buccaneers. Yo, he better have the Buccaneers be pretty good on here. Yo, the ads are crazy, NFL. By the way, the ads are crazy. Daniel, I see you. What's up, Daniel? Let me find out where he's got the Bucks. He's got the Bucks 8-9. All right, is everybody just 8-9? I don't know, man. He got the Bucks 8-9. We're losing to the Bucks. I don't want to hate that one because like the Bucks are tough, but dang, dude, we can't beat a good team. You don't believe in us to beat a good team? Come on, man. Come on, man. Like I said, I get the Baltimore one, but we can't beat a good team. All right. Well, I wanted to react to that and had us essentially losing to everybody else is crazy. This is like, to me, the toughest stretch or the most important stretches we're winning, basically, outside of these two. But they're not in division. I mean, he's got us winning the first two, which is massive. I would think after that, we'd have a good record. And we're going back and forth here. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Yeah, that's wild, bro. We win like back-to-back games one time after the first two. He's got us winning back-to-back game once. We're losing 2 straight here. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Seems a little wild. What do I want to do with that? What do we like for this? I'll give it to him, though. I'm trash at making game-by-game predictions because I'm just super biased. Like, I can't. I don't know, though. Like, it's hard. You win 15 games. I don't know. It's hard to pick losses. I think we could drop one of the first two. I'll say we're 1-1 out of that. I can give us the loss to Baltimore. That's cool. We're beating Cleveland. We're going to beat either Baltimore or Cincy, so I'll give us Cincy. Kansas City, we're beating Kansas City. Tampa Bay, I'll give us the win on Tampa Bay. That's like 2 losses through the first 7, 5-2. Minnesota, that's going to be tricky. That one could be a loss, but we'll bounce back and we'd beat Washington. The bye week helps. This is a toss-up. If you're like 6-3, even if you lose 6-4, you win that one. I think you'll win both of these. You're 8-4. Dallas is a win. That's 9-4. LA's been we've had their number, but we can get Dallas there. That's 9-5. Beating Pittsburgh 10-5. You split the last two, you got 11 right there. So I don't know, man. If we're good, coach, give that growth. But it's also like that's the thing that I don't understand too is their team that good? Like, do we really feel like they are that good of a team, like roster wise, that they're a good roster, but are they a better roster than everybody else in the North? Because if they're not a better roster than everybody else in the North, then you're saying that Ben Johnson is like steps ahead of everybody else in the North. He possibly could be, but I wouldn't bet on that. We got some dogs at coaches. I don't think LaFleur is fantastic, but still a good coach. O'Connell's crazy. Like, bro, beating O'Connell is a handful. Still beating the Packers are tough too. Obviously, Dan's fantastic, so it's like I don't think the Bears had the best roster in the division. Their O-line has just as many questions as ours, if not more, because we have the better offensive tackle. But, like, their offensive line just as many questions as ours, I think. Laporta versus a rookie. Like, come on, bro. What are we talking about, man? Their defensive line, it just doesn't have the upside. I think that's their biggest problem there. They don't have the upside. Yo, he's got to be, like, incredible. I mean, because we beat McVay. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this dude's good. Hey, I feel like if the Chicago Bears win our division, they should win a Super Bowl. Right? Like, if Chicago comes right in here and just wins the division, that's a legit Super Bowl team. If they're that good. Vikings have a great roster. I think Vikings do have a great roster, yeah. Like, Vikings have a really good roster. I don't love that they went with the two older players, but it's kind of what Chicago did, just in a different way. Chicago just did it on the offensive line. Minnesota just did it on the defensive line because they didn't have any draft picks. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't have any draft picks, so Minnesota said, okay, we're just going to go sign two veterans to play on the D-line. Outside of that, though, like, their receiver room is better than the Bears based on what they've proven so far. Their offensive line is, you can make the case right up there with Minnesota, with Chicago. I mean, Will Fries is probably a better guard addition. Is definitely a better guard addition than Jonah. We'll see than Tooney, but he's going to be very good. Donovan Jackson in the first round. They added Ryan Kelly next to him. They still got Darisaw, who's fantastic. The right tackle's a little in. But they're not far off. And then defensively, I mean, that team, shoot, dude, that's tough because, like, as tough as Chicago has been defensively, I think they took a little bit of steps back last year. They didn't feel the same defensively at all. Some of that was their interior defense line kind of fell apart. So we'll see if they get that back. But, like, Minnesota's defense, especially with that scheme, bro, that's a handful all the time. Plus, the Pack has no-name cornerbacks. Just thought we were saying stuff. Can you have done a breakdown of our new coordinators? And with the new D coordinator, finally going to spinal quick. So I did one for John Morton already. That one came out like a few months ago. So that video's already up. It was a weird time, I think, when we dropped it, but that video's already up. So I don't want to do that one again. I don't know how to do one exactly on the Calvin Shepard one because I don't know what's different because he's just been here. So I don't know what the heck's going to change. I think there was a point in time where we were essentially spying last season. I think it was the Buffalo game that we kind of were dropping spies somewhat against Buffalo. Maybe you get some tweaks there. I just don't know exactly what to do with that one. But definitely the offense, I did do a John Morton one. So that one's a good one. Yeah, Bears defense looked bad last year. What I missed? Teddy Bridgewater. I did not. What happened? Is he coming back? He got suspended as a coach for helping his players with Uber rides, food, and just being a good human. Teddy did? Bro, what? At high school? How you get suspended for that? Isn't he coaching high school? Teddy Bridgewater also said he spent $14,000 for a 4-night preseason training camp, $9,500 for pride sets, $1,300 for recovery trucks, and $2,200 for a week for pregame meals. So he's not allowed to spend money basically because maybe that's like a high school an advantage, like if the coach is putting that money into that team versus the other teams that they play. I guess maybe that's what it's from. That'd be the only that would be the only thing I could guess is like he's putting money into the team so like the rest of the conference doesn't. I don't know that high schools like share that stuff though. Because teams do their own fundraising. You know what I mean? Like there's a board for the entire group of teams, but there's also a fundraising that teams do individually. So couldn't they just say they were fundraising and then Teddy Bridgewater donated to the fundraising? That seems weird. That seems weird. I can see how like it'd be an advantage if people are like, "Yo, I'm going to play there, dog. I'm playing with Bridgewater. That dude's hooking us up." Like I definitely get that, but that definitely seems weird too. Like I don't know how that would be illegal. Has been suspended from his high school coaching for spending thousands of dollars of his own money each week. But how do you do that too, though? Like how is he dropping thousands of dollars? I guess the Uber rides got to be it. The Uber rides got to be it. That doesn't seem like it makes any sense to me, to be honest with you. I guess, again, like if they were super far away and you're like, I'm paying that money to get you here, dog. I can see how that'd be an advantage over other teams, but I wouldn't see how that'd be like a rule, though. It's like, hey, he's fundraising his own team. I don't know. Maybe there's different rules for head coach. I don't know. I've never been a head coach. I don't know. I guess there is. Field maintenance and more. Yeah, the field maintenance doesn't seem like it would. School should be thanking him. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how that works. I wouldn't think the school's suspending him. I wouldn't think the school would be suspending him. It has to be like the board over the group of schools. It cannot be just the school. Because I would just look at that as a fundraiser, bro. And that's all that's doing is help the school. Weren't they really good? I don't know, bro. I'm not great on this one. I don't know, bro. That's some weird stuff. What up, Den in the D? I see you. Verizon DoorDash. Yeah, man. I guess that has to be what it is. I don't know how you're spending thousands on. I mean, shoot, if you got all right, I don't know how big the school is, but like let's say you got 50 players and you're getting like pregame meals, so that thing's $12 a pop. What is that? I mean, 500 $500 a meal. Let's just say roughly $500 a day. Yeah, actually, no, I could understand it. I can understand it. Like if you're going full meals and you're not like, hey, here's a protein bar. Spent 200,000 on his team. No, that's crazy. No, that's crazy. He spent 200,000. Yo, Teddy went crazy. Did Teddy go to school there? 2,000. Hey, okay, Bridgewater, I see you. No, that's crazy. $200,000 is crazy. Oh man, that's crazy. Okay. And asking for fans for help covering this cost the school wasn't providing. $700 a week on Uber rides. Oh, well, even the Uber rides. $1,300 on recovery meals. That's believable. $2,200 on pregame meals. That's believable. $14,000 for training camp. So he basically took him to a camp and he's like, "This is out of my pocket." I'm not mad at that though. Like I'm not mad at that. I've had camps at a school, but you know every family is like, "Hey, you pay your thing and then you can go." But like those were not cheap. Those were not cheap. So it's like if you want to go to those things, like you got to pay. And $9,500 for pride sets to outfit the players. That one I could see. I could understand that. I don't know what a pride set is, but like I guess I could see like if you're like hooking them up like that, like where they're like, all right, we don't need all this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand this. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't understand this because now it's saying in a Facebook post, Bridgewater stressed he wasn't begging, just trying to keep a winning program afloat without draining his personal bank account. He said he continued to coach one way or another, even if it means doing it from the bleachers. Like, cause they definitely. I mean, they couldn't have been like donating that each year, especially after a similar situation led to serve punishment. Previously banned the first academy from postseason for 2 years, fined him $36,000 for giving players free rides and Uber meals. Huh? That's wild. I don't know. That's wild though. Like food and stuff. Like, come on, bro. I don't think that's it. I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy. All right. I'll leave that. Lions healthy, go 13-4, banged up, 9-8 again. Like, bro, that's the thing. We were winning like that, right? Like, we were winning without a deep. We legitimately won without a defense last year, like down the stretch. And they have us. Adam Rank's got us losing to every good team. So for that, that's not a divisional team. Every good team, and he clearly doesn't think the division's that good. Like, it doesn't seem like he actually thinks the North is that good because they're just beating up on each other. I don't know. Us losing to every good team is crazy. Oh, shoot. I mean, what was it? Down the stretch, we won. We beat the Vikings without a defense. San Fran scored 40. Chicago by 17. What was that one? I forgot that one. I think that one we were up big in that one. Chicago by 17. We lost to Buffalo. Beat the Packers by 3. 34 points. Chicago by 3. Was that Thanksgiving? Yeah, that was Thanksgiving. That one we just made some dumb mistakes second half. Colts, we just played the Colts well. They didn't do anything on offense. Smoked the Jags. Like, really when things started to go downhill. I would say before that it was a little bit better. We still were kind of lost after like week 5 on defense with some of the pieces. Because they're all away. Is that why he's doing that? Like, he's got us losing to Kansas City. Yeah, that's on the road. Let me see. Baltimore's on the road. Oh, shoot. Stuck. Yeah, Baltimore's on the road. Cincy's on the road. Kansas City, Washington, Philly. What's the other one? L.A. I mean, but that doesn't feel like it matters that much. I don't know. I guess I get the Baltimore one, kind of, but it's early in the season, so not really. Cincinnati, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. It's week 6. Baltimore's week 3, or week 5 for Cincy, week 3 for Baltimore. Kansas City, week 6, that doesn't seem like it's going to be that important. Washington, I guess, could be week 10. Philly, for sure. Green Bay's at home. He's got us losing that one. Late in the season. L.A., like, that one doesn't, like, weather-wise, I don't know. And now, honestly, now the weather's kind of became an advantage, so I probably shouldn't look at it like that. Like, the weather's became an advantage in a lot of these games for us. Plus, on top of that, I mean, we won every game on the road last year. Yeah, we found that out. Like, someone said that earlier that he's a Bears fan. And I get that. Like, hey, he thinks the Bears are good. I just don't like when those two things come together. It's like you think the Bears are really good, but the Lions are going to take this dramatic step back. Like, those two things don't add up to me. It doesn't add up. It feels like we're talking on two different planes here. You're just saying this because they got Ben, and now the roster is amazing somehow. But on the flip side, it's like, yo, but this roster actually is amazing, and they continue to build it the same way. But you lose Ben, and it's like, yeah, the sky's falling, dude. Like, I don't know. Like, adding Ben doesn't take away from, like, you're not getting production out of certain guys that you paid way too much money to. And it's like, we've done the same thing too, but our roster is just better. Yeah, it's crazy. It must have been some rules, like being a head coach is like you can't put money back into it as the head coach. It had to be something like that. And I don't know how those contracts look as a head coach. I have no idea. Maybe they look at it as just a competitive advantage, depending on, like, how, I don't know, like what system they're in. He definitely could be. Like, I think he's going to be good there. But I just think that's so dramatic, it's crazy. At least give respect to the other teams in the North that have, like, handled business too. That's what I'm saying. It's like the rosters aren't. People hype up the Bears as having, like, this amazing offseason because of their roster and how it looks. But why aren't we giving the Lions the same love? The only knock ever that seems to come for the Lions is their offensive coordinator's gone. But all of a sudden, because now Ben's there, it's like, oh, the Bears roster. Because then that gets gassed up. Like, their roster's crazy. It's not better than ours. It's not proven to be better than ours. At very least, that. Not even close. Like I said, I don't think it's better than Minnesota's. Green Bay, maybe Green Bay. Like, especially at certain spots, maybe Green Bay. Is it a better receiver room? Maybe. Yeah, well, they're usually be healthier. Offensive line-wise, they're not a better O-line than the Packers. If it depends on what happens with the guard position for them. But, like, even with them having a shaky guard play with Sean Ryan and potentially Jordan Morgan, who was the first-round pick, even with that O-line, like, the Bears have Jonah Jackson starting. Like, that O-line, at very least, they're neck and neck between those two. Like, there's not a gap between those two. Tight end room, Colston Loveland and Cole Kmet, who's a horrible contract, versus Tucker Kraft. Musgrave haven't done much, but Kraft's been good for them. Like, you can give the nod to the Bears based on upside. That's fine. D-line, I'd probably lean – maybe it'd be tight. That one's tight, too, to be honest. That one's tight, too, because Gary's probably better than anybody on that front for Chicago. We don't know on Van Ness. Clark's a dog. But they've definitely bet on the guys that they've already invested in. Like, if you look at the Packers, they are betting on they have 4 first-round picks on their D-line, and those dudes need to cook. Like, it's time for those guys to roll. And I respect that. I mean, their linebackers are first and second-round picks. Cooper was great last year. Their cornerback room with Nate Hobbs, Nixon, Bullard. When Bullard's at nickel and you put Evan Williams at safety with Xavier McKinney, that's a tough trio. It's not a great back end. Like Nate Hobbs, he's got to be right. I like Nate Hobbs, but he's got to be right. He's not like a number 1 corner. Nixon was good, though. Nixon was fine when he was out wide last year. He was good out wide. But that safety tied with having Bullard in the slot, that makes him tough. When you took out like Williams and then Bullard had to go to safety, that was a massive loss for them last year. When those 3 guys were healthy, that was a tough unit to deal with. Because then on the outside, like Nixon was definitely passable. And then we'll just see if Hobbs can do that. Valentine's cool, too. But they're definitely betting on like the dudes they've invested in for sure. I just feel like now seeing the Lions do that, like I feel like I trust that way more than what Chicago did. It's like we're just betting on all these new additions, and some of them are going to hit, but like you put a 3-year deal on Deo, who's been okay, and you're just like asking yourself for a couple of these to just miss. I feel like I'm sounding like a Bears hater. I'm not. I think they're going to be good. It's just messed up. Like you can't jump these other teams who have done it. Like these guys have proven it. Like you can't do that. Can't do that. All right? You guys proven they know how to build a team. You can't just jump the other teams. That's not right. Or like the guy who hired him. Oh, God. I won't do him like that. But, yeah, bro. And it's like maybe extending Poles was good, right? Because it is continuity. But it shouldn't just be like everybody loves the move because Ben is there. It's like if Ben wasn't there, people would be killing him for making that move. Like if Matt Eberflus was still there at coach, like why did we just extend Poles, man? There'd be a lot more of that conversation. I feel like there's none of that just because Ben Johnson's there. And that's the wild thing too, is when Ben gets hired, it's assumed that he's gonna be a really good coach. When Dan gets hired, I think it was more of the opposite. Bears have done the impossible, keeping the preseason championship 8 years in a row. 8-peat. And wait. Have they really? Are you talking about like they win all their preseason games? Because if that's the case, that is pretty fantastic. I didn't know that. Let me see. Preseason. Oh, yeah. They cooked in the preseason. They were 4-0. Dang. Okay, Chicago. Hold up. See, I didn't know that. Now I have that new information. Now my opinion might change. I didn't even notice that. I'm upset that I missed that. What's up, Charles? I see you. How do we think the second round conclusion? Yeah. I don't know how that's going to end, man. Like, I do get it, though, like, from a player, like, why you wouldn't just be like, just don't give me the guarantees. My guess is that they just get guarantees across the board. I think it's just going to, like, we had the first player that's like, I'm going to hold out, right? Trey Harris. I'm going to say most teams just guarantee it. I would usually assume that like the NFL is going to win and like teams are just not going to do it. But I think in this case, there's going to be some teams that are very stressed to put their players out there. Like they know they need them. So I think they'll just get it guaranteed. Like the whole thing. It'll change a lot, but I think it will. But yeah. Okay. But yeah, this is the comment, man. This one's perfect. Montreal, not Montero. Nah, it works. I knew what you were saying. I may have read it wrong, but I knew what you were saying. But anyway, okay. Hey, man, look, we're going to leave it there. I appreciate y'all joining. We'll see what the plan is for the rest of the week over here. I don't know. I definitely want to do something pre-recorded. Like I said, mock draft thing coming soon. I got through about 6 guys today, so that thing's about ready to go. if second rounders all get guarantees, does this mean next year's thirds will hold out too? Potentially, yeah. And maybe it does become that where everybody in the draft gets fully guaranteed deals. But I do think as it gets later, you probably also have less desperation from teams, right? Like if a team has a round 4 pick, I don't think they're maybe as desperate to be like, oh, we have to pay this guy because he has to play. Like, and a lot of teams might be like, whatever. He doesn't have to play then. Just sit. Whatever, dude. Like, you're a 4th-round pick. You sit out the whole year, your value's gone. Like, that'll probably be the thing that could change it, is, like, you get to the point where teams just, like, whatever. Second rounders, though, I think they'll get guarantees. Third rounders would be interesting. Do you watch the I did. I finished it yesterday. It was good. I liked it. The ending was sad. You knew it was coming. I wish they would have shown more Lions, like, highlights. I feel like they only put, like, 3 games of us winning in there. And they showed the losses. It was like, hey, let's show Tampa Bay. Like, why are we watching Tampa Bay? We lost 2 games, and we got to see the 2 losses. Or we lost 3 games. And let's watch Minnesota. It's like, come on, bro. Show me some wins. Yeah. It was good, though. I did like it. The behind-the-scenes stuff was cool. All of it was cool. All of it was good. They didn't give us, like, the best one was, like, episode 2 or 3, where they did, like, the mind games. And they showed all the, the stuff pre-snap and things like that. That was the coolest. Outside of that, it was just cool. But I enjoyed it. All right, y'all. All right, we're going to end it here, man. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great Monday. Like I said, draft stuff coming soon. That's on Dose of Draft. It won't be over here, but I'll let y'all know when that drops. Plan is this week. It will be out this week. I'm sticking to that. It's just what day. Probably not tomorrow, but maybe by Wednesday. We're getting that draft thing out. So first mock draft for 2026, or is it 2025? It's 25. I don't know. Whatever the next draft is. We'll see, because there's a lot of options. This is gonna be fun, man. There's a lot of dudes that feel like, oh, that'd be a cool Lions pick. So we'll see where we go with that. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. Have a great Monday, and I'll see you guys soon. If you guys have any videos or something you want me to check out, send it to me on X, and I'm out.